Good morning, YouTube. Hope you're having a wonderful day. It is 8:38 a.m. and we're getting after it. I can't believe we're already 15 episodes deep into this, so I'm excited to see how far we can get. I don't plan on stopping anytime soon. So if you don't know how these videos go, I do it in 4 segments. Well, actually, I guess 5, because I just talk about. I guess this is a segment as well, where I just talk about whatever for the first minute to 3 minutes of the first video. So, yeah, I read a page of the Bible. I read what I find is valuable in that page, and then I'm in Proverbs right now. I'm just reading Proverbs because there's a lot of wisdom, a lot of good information in that. And then I go on to my quotes, which is about like 3 pages of quotes that I've written down from Wes Watson, and also sentences that I've felt like I needed to write down from TGR or from trading. And then after that, I read about 3 to 5 pages of trading notes that I've taken down from TGR's bootcamp, and I try my best to explain it. After I complete my trading notes of reading from my bootcamp, then I will start to teach and actually show on the screen and explain the information I do know, starting from the very beginning, from the basics. So yeah, and then on the last clip, I then go into more of a personal development side of the video, and I just talk about whatever's in my mind and what's going on through my day-to-day basis. Alright, so on to the first clip. Hope y'all enjoy. Alright, this is, I don't even know how to explain what page this is on, but it says, in the top left it says Proverbs 5:3. I'm reading shun laziness. That's what we're talking about here. And then, yes, literally just talking about laziness. And yeah, here we go. Go to the, I don't want to start there. How long wilt thou sleep, O sluggard? When wilt thou rise out of thy sleep? Yet a little sleep, a little slumber, a little folding of the hands to sleep. So shall thy poverty come as one that travelleth, and thy want as a armed man. A naughty person, a wicked man, walketh with a forward mouth. He winketh with his eyes. He speaketh with his feet. He teacheth with his fingers. Forwardness is in his heart. He deviseth mischief continually. He soweth discord. Therefore shall his calamity come suddenly. Suddenly shall he be broken without remedy. These 6 things doth the Lord hate. 7 are an abomination unto him: a proud look, a lying tongue, and hands that shed in innocent blood, and heart with deviseth wicked imaginations, feet that be swift in running to mischief, a false witness that speaketh lies, and he that soweth discord among the brethren. I believe when he says 7 things, he's talking about the 7 deadly sins. That's the first thing that I think about. That bit of the Bible, after it was very interesting. After I finished that clip, I was rereading it, and I just wish the Bible was more straightforward instead of so broad. I just wish it was more straightforward. That's all I can say. Alright, I'm run through these quotes, and I understand I'm reading these quotes every single day, and they are the exact same quotes, but I have to instill these in my brain because they are extremely useful, and they're just quotes that stood out to me, and they meant something to me when I first wrote them down, for the most part. So, and if someone clicks on this video and watches it, there's going to be multiple quotes in what I'm about to read that's going to stick out and mean something to you, and it's just going to hit differently. So just listen. I'm going to run through these, and something's going to be bound to hit a nerve. Take more pride in the consistency rather than the results. Never feel pressured to take a trade. How you do anything is how you do everything. Live a hard life, and life will be easy. I believe that you should live a 90% purpose, 10% pleasure lifestyle. They say purpose over pleasure, but I believe purpose is the pleasure. Quotes are the wisdom of the ages. If you want it, you will find a way. If you don't, you will find an excuse. Through repetition, we gain strength. Repetition is strength. In order to be a disciplined trader, you must be a disciplined person in your life first. There are two ways to exercise strength in this life. Pushing people by either pushing people down or lifting others up. If we lift others up, we will make it much further in life. You get to know yourself through accountability and pain. Redirect your pain into something positive, or the pain will eat you up. Don't follow money, follow your vision. Life is not happening to you. Life is happening for you. Life is not happening to you. Life is happening for you. The man that has the most wisdom is the man that has made the most amount of mistakes. I take pride in waking up early consistently. The role models are the ones who enact change. Wes Watson is in flow state when he is just gifting everything that has worked for him. Fatigue is the best pillow. What you feel what the world is withholding from you is what you are withholding from the world. Screw chasing success. Seek to be valuable and success will chase you. Discomfort should be your green light. What is hard is almost all the time what is right. The world is not as it is. The world is as you are. Results come from doing hard work consistently. Trading is long term. Focus on building the skill and everything else will come with it. When you are learning a new skill, you need to put all your eggs in one basket. If you are focusing on multiple different skills at the same time, you will take a lot longer and most likely end up giving up in the middle or close to the end because you're not seeing any results. But if you focus all that time and energy into one skill, you would be extremely gifted at that one skill and knowledgeable. Learn one skill at a time and master it, and then you can move on to the next. You ain't got an addiction problem, you have a discipline problem. Fancy fails in simple scales. How you do anything is how you do everything. Inaction creates fear and doubt. The sacrifice creates the paradise. I love this one. Gratitude kicks down the door to infinite intelligence. Pros, this is the only one I don't understand right here. Pros operate from commitment. Amateurs operate from feelers. Confidence is the byproduct of consistent implementation. Gratitude opens the door to infinite intelligence. Create the man that you admire most and give that man to the world. How can you show up for yourself or your vices every single day, but you can't even show up for yourself? The only way you grow is through failure. If you ever feel the slightest urge or reason to not take a trade, do not take it. Do not fall for FOMO. And FOMO means fear of missing out. If there is no struggle, there is no growth. If your body is a vessel to better the mind, I believe your body is a physical representation of your mind. Never take the same mistake twice. Never make the same mistake twice. Learn from your mistake. Acquire what you admire. To know what not to do is not to know. Growth is when we are constantly looking at what we are doing wrong. Growth is not linear. Always put your take profit at the closed candle, not at the wick. A goal without a plan is just a desire. You don't need to be great to start, but you need to start to be great. Life is not about appearing and acquiring. Life is about being and becoming. Your frequency is what you frequently see. Take more pride in the steps rather than the results. And these next two quotes, I love them, and they're the last ones. Okay. During times of adversity and discomfort, a conscious man becomes more conscious. During times of adversity and discomfort, an unconscious man becomes more unconscious. Alright, on to the next clip. Alright, I say this every single time before I get into this explanation of my trading notes. I will teach and explain to the best of my ability and as efficient as I can. I will basically act like I'm talking to an absolute noob, someone that has no clue what trading is even about. Okay. This is Another little tiny strategy that's literally only one page. It's not like the previous videos where I talk about the strategy creation. This is called the 4x strategy explained, and here we go. TGR puts the box from the base of the candle to the wick. If the price above or below one of these highs or lows, price will most likely revisit. I don't even know what that means, to be completely honest with you. Okay, here we go. I think this is the beginning. Okay, the key is to make precise session highs. No, the key is to make previous session highs and lows on the 30-minute. When these price points get swept and revisited all the time. Oh, these price points get swept and revisited all the time. So what he's talking about is whenever session starts up, so it's around about 8:30, but I only trade. I start to look for trades in liquidity sweeps around 9:45 to 10:10. That's the area that I'm looking at for liquidity sweeps, and I've seen it time and time and time again. So I only trade after like 9:45, 9:50. So looking before session even starts, which is I guess before 8 o'clock, if you find if you're looking on the 30-minute time frame, if you look at the highest high on your screen, you look at the lowest low, then those highs or those lows, based off of the trend, one of them will get swept. It happens time and time and time again. If there's anything that's extremely consistent with the market, the highest high and the lowest low before session, they do get hit and they do get swept. So I will reread this again, and I will reread the part that I read earlier. The key is to make previous session highs and lows on the 30-minute. These price points get swept and revisited all the time in the market. TJR puts the box from the base of the candle to the wick. If price breaks above or below one of these highs or lows price points, it will most likely revisit. When marking up the previous session highs and lows, you mark the highest low of the session and the lowest low of that session on the 30-minute and put a box on each wick starting on the base of the candle to the wick. Then wait for these price points to get hit. Mark up the highs and lows on the 30-minute time frame, then scale down to the 5-minute and wait for a price point to get hit. Then wait for a break of structure. In order for price to get hit, a higher low price only has to wick through the box, then give us a break of structure, then wait for a confluence, then enter. Always wait for a break of structure before entering. I know I said I'm going to try to explain everything, but our confluence, there's our tools that we're looking for orders to get filled, and there's also our first two confluences that we look for every single time. So the first one is a liquidity sweep, where price has filled orders, where price has swept out a bunch of orders and put more money into the market. So it has liquidity and big, I guess, how can I explain it? I feel like I always explain it differently. It's very volatile once liquidity is swept, because it is taking out so many orders and so many people where people have placed money there and their stop losses there. So then we look for our second confluence, which is our break of structure, and our break of structure basically confirms that price or orders have been filled in that area and price is about to change directions or change trends. So for our third confluence, our first was liquidity sweep, our second was break of structure, and our third is four tools that we have, which are equilibrium, order block, breaker block, and fair value gap. you can find one of these four tools all over the place in the market. You could take me to any screen, right? Any screen, random market, and I will be able to find at least 1 to 2 of these very, very consistently. So you will be able to find one of these four in this area where price had a liquidity sweep and a break of structure. So you can use one of these four tools or four confluences, right, to help you identify when where price is going to fill orders again once price enters back into that area between the liquidity sweep and the break of structure. And also a break of structure is whenever, for example, price is on an uptrend, so price is making higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. So this is the previous high, this is the previous low. So when price is on a uptrend, price will come down, sweep these lows here, okay, and then sweep these lows, and then price will obviously be making lower lows, lower highs, on a lower time frame here, but price sweeps these lows here, okay, and then price ends up making higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, and then this is the area that we enter in here. Hopefully that makes sense. But whenever price is breaking, has a break of structure has any type of break of structure, so I'm just making it more simpler. I was trying to explain my strategy or what a liquidity sweep was, but okay. So for example, I'll just explain the break of structure one more time. So higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. So if price breaks this low, that is considered a break of structure. That was boom. That's all I had to say. I was explaining what a liquidity sweep was in my strategy. Always wait for a break of structure before entering. That is something that I need to take into account. I'm really happy that I read this page because I feel like I'm learning and refreshing my brain so much because I wrote this down so long ago. Back to, okay, always put your take profit in the middle or closer rather than further away than putting your take profit in a confluence / reaction level where price might change direction. So these four tools that I was saying or talking about, breaker block, order block, equilibrium, and fair value gap, you can find these all over the place like I was saying earlier. So whenever you are when you entered into a trade and you place your stop loss, which is your area where your trade is invalidated, okay, when you're taken out of the trade, and then you also have your take profit. You can set multiple take profits, right? So you want to be putting your take profit in an uptrend, for example. You want to be putting your take profit. No. Well, people are shorting the market and they're longing the market. Longing is buying and shorting is selling. So people have stop losses all over the place. So if price is going up and your stop loss is down, you want to be putting your take profit above highs or before price hits confluences. So any of your four tools. So whenever you make a execution, whenever you make a trade and you place your stop loss and you're looking for take profits to places to put your take profit, you need to be looking for your four confluences above your trading area, and you need to be putting your take profits above highs. So for example, it could just sweep liquidity and it can sweep other people's orders above highs because that's most likely where people have placing their money at for their stop losses. So you need to be putting your take profits above highs, and you be putting your take profits below or before confluences, because confluences are where it's a high probability area where orders can be filled at. I'm going to end it there because that was 10 minutes. I really apologize that if the explanations wasn't that good today, but a skill is not mastered, um, or refined in one day or 2 weeks. Um, all I know is that I try my best every single time, and that's all I can do every single day. Yeah, so tomorrow we'll be right back at it, and then a year from now, 3 months from now, 6 months from now, I'll be a lot better than I am today. Um, I'm gonna go ahead and go on to the next clip. Alright, this is a segment where I talk about whatever I want, whatever's on my mind. Um, I really want to keep my sleep schedule as consistent as I possibly can. I mean, I woke up at 6:17 today. Yesterday I woke up at 6:17 and I was extremely sore. Um, and I was fully awake and I was ready to tackle the day. Um, but my body was probably the most thrashed and the most sore it has ever been in my entire life. So I was willing to sacrifice extra work for extra recovery. And so I chose the extra recovery and I went back to sleep. I was not tired, I was not sleepy. I just wanted my body to recover more. And I do not regret that at all. Um, Especially because the last 5 days before that as well, I'd never got 8 hours of sleep ever. So it was either 7 or less than that. Some days 4. Um, I've been consistently taking cold showers every single day. I've been doing my to-do list that I make every single morning. I accomplish it every single day, no matter what. Even if I end up having to go to bed at 5 a.m., I accomplish my to-do list no matter what. No matter what. I don't want these videos to end up becoming, oh, yeah, whatever. Like, okay, this is just something that you do. I want to make it more than that. I want to make it more meaningful. Like, I feel like I'm getting my point across with the consistency and showing the world like that I actually truly want it. But I need to put in a lot more work than just making a video every single day. And I understand that I am refining my understanding of trading and what I've consumed so far with my I'd say a few hundred hours of consuming trading content within what I've written down in that journal. I'm just refining it and putting it in my brain and explaining it, and it's opening up and making me realize like new pathways in my brain, and just making me realize and have a better understanding of what I'm actually doing. And that one page where it was the 4x strategy, I learned a lot from that because it said something about putting whenever I would consider a liquidity sweep whenever price has went above or below a all-time low wick or an all-time highs wick. But TGR was saying that he would make a box between the top of the wick's candle, no, the top of the candle's close, okay, and the top of the wick also. And then, for example, if you're looking for lows to get swept, it would be the bottom of the closed candle, and it would be the bottom of the tip of the wick, right? So it would be the box here to here, okay? And this is the closed candle. This is the wick here. So the box would be here. The box would be here. And then for looking for highs to get swept, the wick would be here. So the closed candle is here, and the wick would be here to here. So you would make the box here. So essentially just a wick. So that is considered highs. That is considered a liquidity sweep. I was considering liquidity sweep just for the wick, the tip of the wick to get swept. So I was missing out on trades because of that, which is interesting. Yeah, I wanna keep on staying consistent. because if I don't have consistency, then everything else is just going to fall apart. Um, Yesterday was a recovery day. I ended up hitting legs, but that's not really anything at all. I also have, or I get to work out with my friend Braden today, and we are doing, his body is incredibly sore, so we're only doing 500 one-arm rows on each arm, and that's about all we're doing for the day. And the only reason why we're doing that is because our backs aren't that sore compared to the rest of our body. So we're doing that. I'm also cleaning the house a lot today. I'm also doing a lot of back testing today, and that should be around about all that I have to do. And me back testing, which is back testing is basically replays. I'm looking at previous market, and I'm trading the previous market history. So there's a replay button, and you can change it to whatever time frame in the pair or the stock that you're trading, and it will move up and down just like present market times, or as if that market is moving as present time, and you can gain a lot of value from that. That is basically how I'm learning how to trade, which is cool, and I'm just refining my strategy, refining my understanding of trading, and doing that. But I just need to be doing it more often and more frequently, and doing it, I guess, more intensely as well. Just because TGR was saying that most people fail, or no, this is a unprofitable mindset. It's whenever you learn too much and you don't take action enough, you don't apply it enough. I have learned everything I needed to learn. I definitely would consider that I learned too much, but I'm just not applying myself enough. I'm definitely applying myself more than the average human being that's learning trading, but I'm just not applying enough to my standard at the moment. And it's literally just the back testing. I need to do back testing more. That is my main problem. That is my main situation right now. But the thing is, I have consistency. I am learning and refining the strategy in my brain every single day, in my understanding of strategy or understanding of trading. I just need to be putting in more action. And I've said this multiple times, but once I get through with talking about all my trading notes from that journal, I will then go on to actually teaching and showing backtest trades that I have taken, and I would then be explaining it, and I will also be explaining winners and losers and how I can improve in what I should have been doing differently. Um, so yeah, that is something that I'm definitely looking forward to in the future. And while I'm back testing right now, I'm going ahead and practicing explaining what is happening and what I'm doing. And I can't wait to make videos about me teaching and explaining what is happening. I'm also just enjoying just the process, the journey, and right now I'm basically just refining my skill of speaking, because this isn't something that I usually do on a daily basis, is talk. I'm usually alone majority of my day and a lot of my time in my life. So speaking to a camera and getting the flow of speech down is fantastic. So this is the end of the video. I want to spit out some quotes that come to mind. The work instills the worth in you. It's not every single time that something negative is happening in my life. There is something to learn from. There is something to learn from every single time something negative is happening into your life. It is not happening to you, it is happening for you. It is not happening to you, it is happening for you. Do not get caught up in this BS of negativity. There's always something to learn from. Whenever someone is coming to you and being negative, it is something to learn from. Every single time, whenever something is not going your way, there is something to improve upon. There's something to take from that, some type of information. Take more pride in the consistency rather than the results. I do not care about how many views is showing up on my YouTube at the moment. Like, I should not care about that at all. It's going to be cool whenever the views start picking up, right? And the subscribers get picking up. But being at the lows, right, and being grateful in the lows will make you even more grateful whenever the wins and the highs start happening. But you cannot have incredible highs without incredible lows. And every time you do end up having an incredible high, just know that that low is coming every single time, and be prepared and be like, as the low that you are having means that the high is just going to be even greater the next one that you have. That's it. I hope y'all have a wonderful day. Y'all have a beautiful day. I appreciate y'all for watching. If there's anyone that's watched this far, I appreciate you. You're my man. Y'all have a good one. Have a wonderful day.